Oh, hello. Hi, sorry. The producers of this tape have asked me to host this special collection of Mystery Science Theater shorts. Sure, I'm happy to host this tape, and why not? Mystery Science Theater 3000, The Shorts, Volume 1, other volumes to follow, all volumes and their prices subject to change without notice, features some of the best work that I, Tom Servo, have done. Sure, you might see a little work of a Mike or a Joel or, say, a Crow on this tape, but mostly you'll witness a tour de force of the stylings of one Tom Servo. But hey, I've talked too much already. Let's get on with the show. First up, a classic in the MST vault, the home economics story, an erotic tale of love set against a battle for a Midwestern college campus. Maestro?
Titles by Fredericks of Hollywood.
Iowa State College, the high school after high school.
Psst, Carol, got any shovies?
I was boring until I got my Tony perm.
If I could join the FFA, my life would be complete. I'd till the soil, I'd bale some hay and make some salad.
Wow, quite a hairdo on that gal in the middle.
Kay probably can't remember the day or the date. All she remembers is that she was sitting in the study hall.
With a loaded gun.
Alice was really going to town on her physics assignment.
Go, Alice, go!
And Freck, well, he was busy with his regular routine.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the usual sort of day.
I think I'll get a tattoo.
Or was it?
She was eating cubes of mescaline
There's the
jello.
bell for an assembly.
Like Pavlov's dogs, they salivate at the sound of a bell.
This one was for the girls only. Nothing too unusual about that.
The Chippendales were in town.
Kay found a seat, her favorite, right next the aisle.
In case she barfs, she's got a tender tummy.
Oh, that one.
Your period and mine. A lecture.
Hello, am I on? Is this thing on? You want to look at that, Helen?
Today, I'd like to tell you about several girls I know very well.
And why I'm being fired.
Not
I
too
took
long
several heavy
ago,
blows to the
these
cheeks
girls
with a
were
lead pipe.
wondering, just as you are, what they would do after completing high school. Let's start with Evelyn, who went on to college where she took a course in home economics.
Now she's a tea room
Her voice
manager, and
changed.
thousands of people who eat out are her daily customers. You might see her talking to the hostess and never guess she's really the boss.
Shut up, Grandma. You're lucky to have a job.
Behind the scene, she's the one who makes the final check and adds that extra touch.
Of salmonella.
Kay thought she would like that sort of work.
Kay was wrong.
She could see herself at the center of a world made up of large ovens and
And
mixers
large white-haired
manned by
ladies.
professional cooks. Gee, what would Mom think of a grocery list like this?
She'd laugh.
For anyone with training in institution management, though, it's just like planning the family
Yes, that's
dinner.
right. I said a full case of vodka. Then one day, Kay fiddled with accounts payable, took a long drive into the country, and got Cabernet at the
And
Bates
this
Motel.
is Joanne. In high school, she always helped decorate for the parties. She liked it. She still decorates.
For
Gets
Bozo.
good pay now for doing it. An applied art major in home economics helped her develop this ability. Kay couldn't resist daydreaming herself into this kind of job. Folks would look to her to help them make a wise choice. She would be asked to go out on appointments, to help people plan lovelier homes.
Ah, the swatches for the ponchos I ordered.
The speaker told of other girls she knew.
I'm
real
huge.
girls in real jobs. Good jobs. Interesting jobs. Well paid, too. And everyone had taken her training in home economics.
Including Chad.
Some had specialized in foods and nutrition. Others in education, in textiles and clothing, household equipment,
Hey, slow down.
child development,
Rock Hour film.
applied
Oh,
art,
loud.
institution
What?
management,
Save us.
journalism. Home economics is all of this and more, too.
Damn.
For instance, Carol, who is now Mrs. Bill Johnson, took a general home economics course.
I don't want my
Not
wife
one
working.
which would
Give me a
lead to
beer.
professional employment, but one which fitted her for that very important career of being Mrs. Johnson.
Boo.
Kay's home would be like this.
A dungeon. What the hell
Well,
is
many
that?
times she was glad that her college training had prepared her so well for home life.
How much did that cost? Well, bring it back.
You must let me dress you.
Can I have a field
Many
too?
times she didn't even realize that she was using some of the knowledge she had gained, and that her knowledge meant so much to her family. as
That's her
well as
husband,
to herself.
Jerry, with his new car.
Escape. Escape.
It wasn't hard for Alice to return to reality.
She just went cold
But as
turkey.
for Kay,
Kay.
well, making a dream come true often depends on a very little thing.
Window pane.
Let's see.
Day after day, she
Our
had
bodies
passed by that little book.
ourselves. The bell jar.
Now
Oh, here
it
it is.
suddenly held the key
Ghetto
to
freaks.
a
There it
wonderful
is.
future. Of course, there were things she would have to do.
Dylan
Apply
Thomas,
for
girl.
admission, study the courses, and,
Drinking.
oh yes, what would Mom and Dad say?
Who knows? They only speak
There was
German.
only one way to find out. Ask them. This was important. She realized that now, even before they said anything. You could
She's
tell
loaded.
that Mom and Dad knew that it was important, too. College for Kay would mean sacrifices for Mom
Human
and
sacrifices.
Dad. Would it be worth the sacrifice?
She consulted Robert McNamara.
And Anne Rand.
Do it, sis.
Dear Dean Johnson, I couldn't really
So
begin
this
to...
was the important day in Kay's life, and it was late at night when she finally recopied the letter for
I
the
quiver
last
at the
time.
touch of your...
She got a real thrill out of dropping that letter in the box.
Now be cool, be cool. Come on, be cool. Just, oh, it's good. Now let's get out of here.
It's here already. Oh, shoot. I mailed it to myself.
Waiting for a reply was harder. Everybody
It's from Ed
watched the
McMahon. It says I already may be a
and
winner.
then it came.
She
You'd
had
have
months
thought
to
Kay was
go,
leaving
but she
for
just couldn't
college
wait to
the
get out
next
of that
day.
stifling home life.
Dear, why are you packing your father's things?
So this is college.
So this is Pine
Later
City
it will have a
Votac.
homey look. Now it was a bit bewildering. Wonder where the tennis courts are. Where would her room be? Who would be her friends?
Who would be her blood enemies?
Wonder if she'd ever know her way around.
What secret
here.
societies would she join?
Wonder what her room
Would she
would be
smoke
like.
thin black cigarettes and reject the triune God?
Well, here's the dorm mother, affectionately known as Horseface.
You lost the draw. You'll be rooming with the Ice Queen.
At first it looks bare and not very friendly.
Who, her roommate?
Smells like high-grade weed in here. We'll make a loft out of some railroad ties under the bed, a special export light in the window, and
But with new curtains and bedspread, it doesn't take long to give it a homey feeling and a bit of college atmosphere.
I've got a feeling Mom majored in home economics at Iowa State.
Before you know it, it's time for the folks to leave. In all her dreams about college, Kay had never included the moment when Dad and Mom said goodbye, when she would be on her own.
Yeah, see you in 4 years. Don't call. A friend always. Love, Dad.
Thank God there was no physical contact.
Mom, Dad, no. Well, just leave then. Forget you. I never loved you.
Poor kid.
Now she'll race down to the Jean-Luc Godard Festival at the Campus Theater.
I'm so alone, I don't know what to do. I look at you and I go out of focus. Why does she have a picture of John Carradine in her nightstand? Oh, well, that's Mom.
Oh, will you ever accept my Marxist ways?
Jean arrived just when she did.
Well, hi.
They
How
chatted
you
like
doing?
old friends.
We're gonna have a great time.
What
We're
about
gonna
it?
be pals.
The usual things. And while they were talking,
Two of the ripest tomatoes in town strolled in.
Hi, you got a bong?
4 girls, Kay and Jean, Helen and Louise.
The group.
For the next 4 years, they will see a lot of each other.
Come on, they just met.
Most of their experiences will be shared with each other.
Kegs will be tapped. Men will be used.
They're strangely drawn to this
That
mystic
first
fountain.
stroll with its first impressions.
Thank goodness for Head and Shoulders.
They stopped at the same places.
3 coins and a fountain.
They looked at the same scenes. They did the same things that many had done before.
There was a
Here's
sameness.
college with its new friendships, its old traditions. By the end of freshman week, they'd begun to feel that this college was their very own.
And they started by taking over the administration building. Off the pigs, off the pigs. How do you solve a problem like a college girl?
Early October, headed for an 8 o'clock class in Home Ec Hall.
Tragedy struck.
Just
A lone
apart the
gunman.
crowd. The 8
Here's a
o'clock
young
was
Judy
class in
Chicago.
applied art. It helped to build up a knowledge of the beauty
Don't
of
sit
design
down.
and color. Surprising how everyone can make such interesting, original designs.
While Kay struggles with basic motor skills.
And this study of design and color wasn't all theory. Jean and Helen learned to apply it in their class on costume design and selection.
Is that a real poncho or a Sears poncho?
Watch those
All
huskies.
the classes seemed to fit together.
I love this one.
Even the
Watch this.
physics class was what a girl would like.
Watson, come in here. I need
It was
you.
about physics in the home. This course helped you to understand just what makes things run. Then in household equipment, you could study the practical side, the use of an appliance.
Being treated like an appliance.
In turn, there were courses in foods and nutrition where you also learned the why.
This is phlegm. Hey, it's the Woodstock of the 50s. Vic Davone's on next.
Play whip and post.
Woo! Delta
Saturday afternoon, football time.
I'm a Q-tip. What are you?
You were there with all the
What
spirit
are
you
they
had for
spelling?
your high school team
Look,
and maybe a little
look
more.
at my crotch. Look at my crotch. Look at my crotch. Look at my crotch. Look at my crotch.
You wouldn't have missed it for the world.
Look at my crotch.
And afterwards, you met the gang.
And you really got slammed and apologized all day Monday.
Hey, there's Neil Cassidy. I didn't know he went to college.
Only for chicks.
Hiya, Tank.
Hats off to Ray, the
Later,
whimsical
one
lampshade.
evening, after such an occasion, the girls got together for their usual gab session. For a time, they talked of the events of the day. But then Kay came up with that all-important question.
How do Pop-Tarts work?
What are you going to major in, Helen?
Oh, you know me. Best cook to come out of Foods 204. I'm going to take Foods and Nutrition. Really, I am.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
I
marry
want to be a
lighthouse
dietitian.
You're right, you're going to be a short order cook for truckers in 2 years.
Wish I could make up my mind that easy. What are you going to take, Jean?
I'm going to take Bob for everything he's got.
I like to work with fabrics, beautiful clothes.
Hey, look,
and there
it's
are
Lou
good jobs
Costello
with
in
buyers
drag.
department stores.
I'd like to go along with you. But I don't know yet whether I want to work for a household appliance company or whether to go on with my artwork.
Oh, these are the kind of problems you'll want to have.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach.
Because I can't do.
Kay went to chat with her advisor. She learned about
You
a
want a
world
what?
of opportunities, things she'd never thought of before. Teaching.
Listen to the
Yes, it
flowers.
was
They
a big
will tell you
profession.
sweet secrets.
High school teaching, nursery school work for those who like very small children,
And for medium-sized kids, go
and
to a middle
extension
school.
teaching with farm families. Would teaching be her career? Or would it be the business world with its glamorous commercial jobs?
And low-paying temp jobs.
Would it be public service field, perhaps a hospital dietitian? Or research with its look to the future?
Academia now.
Yes, there would be all sorts of interesting careers, and best
Hey,
of
look,
all,
it's Prince.
when you made a home of your own.
That's his real badness when he
all
was
that
still
you
a
would
chubby
learn
little
would be
white
useful.
kid. See him up there? In purple?
Oh, that's a reach.
Sorry.
College
That's a
is a
reach.
timeless period. 1 year passes into another very quickly.
Soon you die.
It's good to be
Ain't that
back.
the way?
At the beginning of your
nice,
junior
though.
year, things seem pretty much the same. But this is the year
The
that
National
you really
Guardsmen were on
specialize
campus.
in your chosen field. Helen, learning to be a hospital dietitian, must be able to plan and serve inviting meals.
Plenty of butter. Pile it on.
Plan
Good
them well
hospital
enough to
food.
fit a doctor's orders, and serve them attractively
Oh,
to
please
pep up
don't eat the
lagging appetite.
daisies.
Square eggs.
She'll also have the problem of feeding large numbers of people.
And her fat
That
brother-in-law.
calls for quantity cookery, so you'll find her in classes in institution management.
For quality cookery, use the Makery Bakery.
Louise, who has her eye on a commercial career in household equipment, is rapidly becoming a technician in her own field.
Wiring bombs.
The technical comparisons which she is making now
Are
will
completely
enable her
off
to give
base.
first-hand advice on the selection of home appliances. Her knowledge of efficient operation will be passed along.
She could never be an engineer. Don't make me laugh.
Now cough.
Jean was just as busy in textiles and clothing.
Oh, very attractive awning.
The world of fabrics and of fashions will be hers.
Here she designs pants for Chuckles the clown.
Perhaps she will be designing the clothing you see pictured in fashion magazines.
Oh, I don't know.
Perhaps she'll be the person who has thought up the patterns you will buy at the store.
It's possible.
Perhaps she will show you how you can create beautiful clothes for yourself, or help you choose them at the store.
Oh, hi, Opal.
Jean may even find another use for her talents by combining her knowledge of art and textiles.
She makes tar
She may
heroin.
follow a career in textile designing.
Let's face it, Jean would do anything for a buck.
The days are filled with other interesting classes, too. You would expect to find Kay with her interest in teaching.
I'm getting
in a child
lightheaded.
development
Keep
class.
going.
But Jean is there, too. To study children's clothing requirements? Well, yes. But more than that.
Ouch.
Home economics means much more than a career.
We have to be subjugated to men?
It's a study of everything that makes up a home, including those who live there. The girls learn a lot from the children.
Are
at
the
nursery
kids learning
school.
anything?
Doubtful.
How habits and attitudes learned at this age are so important in later life.
tight.
They learn how much depends on
It's
getting along
calamari.
with others. For after all, we live in a world where people are more important than things.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, college is a rich
says Piggy
variety
on the
of
wall.
experiences.
Over there.
You tell Mom and Dad about the little events.
One little boy is just darling. I really like that class.
And keep the important stuff to yourself.
And the big ones, too.
Oh.
Tonight is the big prom. I'm wearing my
Everyone
new
will
formal.
die. I will dump pig's blood on Carrie.
You know, she's gonna look like an unmade bed in that dress.
Each good time that you had, mingled with the memories of other good times.
And makes a delicious gravy.
You'll never forget them. They were the glittering threads woven through the varied pattern of college life.
Ooh, metaphor.
Here, a little sample of each of her victims. There's Bob, and Carl, and Steve.
Being a senior wasn't much different from being a junior. Student teaching was in line for Kay.
But Kay was out of line with student teaching.
And Jean was busier than ever in her advanced courses in textiles and clothing.
She hasn't left this room in years.
Helen was deep in studies on food buymanship. Getting her
Grocery
money's
shopping.
worth, that is. One of the many things she will be doing next year in her
Let's
job
see,
as a
30 grams
dietitian.
to an ounce. And hey, is this raw or refined?
And
Sugar.
Louise, wouldn't you know she'd be in a household equipment laboratory?
No, don't give up.
Home Economics, starring Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
What is home economics?
Why, you think they would have told us by now.
Is it the technical knowledge of the equipment in a home?
I don't think so.
Or the understanding of how to create beautiful clothes and
No,
more attractive
no,
homes?
that's not it.
Is it the skill to prepare an attractive, nourishing meal?
Maybe.
Or the ability to teach others these many things?
Is it for all time, this feeling
Yes,
of joy?
home economics is all these and more, too. To put it another way, each girl has
Hey,
been
it's Abbey
preparing for
Road.
2 careers.
Boy, you're going to carry that
One,
weight.
her chosen specialty. The other is a career in homemaking.
Here we
We come walking down the street.
And so, as a special part of their training, the senior girls actually
There are only
share the
6
management
seniors?
of a home. First of all, the girls met their advisor and decided how they were going to take turns at managing all the household tasks.
Here, Carol Bly explains her principles.
This was no make-believe situation. With 8 hungry persons to feed, Jean would have to draw on the knowledge she gained in basic courses in foods and in equipment.
She had to steal from every grocery store in town. Who's part of her hazing?
As for planning an attractive meal and a pretty
forget
table,
it.
that should be easy for a girl with special talent in color and design.
But no, not for this woman.
Kay, too, would draw on her knowledge of household equipment and
Kay,
of
too, the
textiles
mountain?
to take care of her turn in the
Oh,
laundry.
no, you put the laundry in the composting toilet.
Louise, for a few days, would have the most envied task in the house. Sooner or later, everything and anything you had learned in your home economics courses would prove useful.
Oh, that's a good one. And then she said, "You're soaking in it."
Let me call you sweetheart.
Life in the home management house is very homey. Somehow you wish it would never end. And some of the happenings you will never forget. The 5-pound party that Beth had to announce her
5-pound party? She had a big breakfast, didn't she?
guess
My
so.
goodness.
It's a wonderful world when you're married, when you have a family.
The days roll by, and even before school is out, you have a new topic of conversation. Getting your first job through the placement office.
Meeting with Helen Gurley Brown.
Well, yes, Kay. The teacher placement office tells me they're getting requests every day. Gene, I think this job in a
She's a quick
department
change
store will be
artist.
very interesting to you. The letter has just come in telling us that you've been accepted for your hospital internship.
You'll be emptying bedpans soon.
Yes,
Bingo.
Louise will be happy to accept the position.
Hey, keep up.
Graduation.
Hot and saucy, Texas style.
Mom and Dad were there, of course. They didn't say much, but you knew they were pleased.
That's
as
this Kiefer.
They
Dad
left
made
early.
some remark about he sure had earned his diploma.
Kinda
Dad
cool.
just
All
doesn't
that.
get it.
Jean and Louise were leaving at once for their jobs in the city. So you all drove down to the train to see them off.
And to reenact the last scene from Anna Karenina.
As you stood there on the platform, wishing each other the very best of good fortune.
You know you didn't mean
Somehow the talk got around to that
it.
very
Speaking of
first
wishing
meeting.
farewell, let's roll.
And then you
Yeah,
sensed that this was the end of one chapter in your life.
Chapters the editors
Chapter
wrote
so
and spiced
fine,
up a
you
bit.
needed to see the end.
I'm coming.
Gotta do a
Chapter
waffle.
you wouldn't have missed.
You know, for me, the word rodeo conjures up images of the Wild West. Cattlemen are driving them doggies across the Great Plains. Hey-ya! On, you doggies! Woo! Yee-hoo! Yep, ho! Ho! Sorry, it's just the doggies, Wild West. Annie Oakley. Well, up next, please enjoy Junior Rodeo Daredevils.
Junior Rodeo Daredevils.
Smothered in gravy,
Yes,
Texas
sir.
style.
And it never would have happened without that old-timer Billy Slater.
Yeah, he's doing a nickel up at
It all
Attica.
began with a tin can.
Well, doesn't it always?
That's
the
little
gum
Bobby
jabbar.
Lee on the left and my nephew Mike on the right.
Jim Henson's Misfit Babies.
Bobby's taking the low road and Mike's taking the high road.
They get to Scotland before you.
Quite sure that Billy Slater won't notice them.
He's hammered.
And is he ever going to be surprised when his old nag starts running away from her own tail? But this old-timer's been around.
Why, they're
Really got to know your stuff to fool him.
Get the shotgun. That'll learn
Just
him.
watch.
Cheese it, it's the heat.
Looks like the kid's in the stall.
I'm going to teach you the meaning of law.
Come on, Quaker Oats for you. It's the right thing to do.
Don't you pixies go through the barn or through the hayloft?
Sheriff Billy Slater has a hanging tree all ready for horse rustlers.
Hey, kids, you ever read the Oxbow incident?
Tough.
You know, he told Bobby and Mike,
If I like the
when
girl,
I was
who cares
young,
what I
many an
like?
hombre got hanged for fooling with horses. But I've got another plan for you.
I'm going to bury you up to your necks.
So you think you know your way around horses?
Sissy Spacer.
Well, here's what you're going to do. Organize a junior rodeo.
We're doomed.
Say, that's an idea.
Not a good one, but an idea.
Well, what we've got here are 3 ideas that our graphic guys came up with. I hope you like them.
Jim Henson's Last Picture Show, babies.
Another good one.
Well, sir, let me tell you. Our little old cow town never had seen such goings-on. Billy's youngsters hit us with posters most everywhere we went.
Then they started hitting us with baseball bats.
Pretty soon we were just as head up about the junior rodeo as Billy and the kids themselves.
You call that art?
The whole town started getting the rodeo bug.
Yee-hoo.
That went for some of the best riders from the high school.
Hey, Mustang Sally.
Yeah. Old-timer Billy Slater was really doing a job with those kids.
Rodeo's wasted on the young.
You know, I see something subliminal in this here poster.
Seems like most everybody in town's turned out for the great day.
All 9 of them.
There's Hank Evans's Angus bulls all slicked up for the rodeo.
Everybody digs Hank Evans. And
when you come right down to it, this whole rodeo is just another excuse to crawl inside a whiskey bottle.
Well, going to be some tough competition here today. Calves for riding and roping. Into the corral with them.
Animals ought to be bred and slaughtered.
Hey, Billy, I'll buy that Rolling Rock from you.
No way, beat it.
Everybody line up for the first race.
You're sloppy. You call that a line?
Slater's really helping the kids run their show.
Cafe Society.
And eat your oatmeal.
They're off.
I can't stop them. I don't know how it works. Goodbye, folks.
I think maybe rodeos are the opiate of the masses. Look at these people.
Chuck Storm wins. That was a close finish.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay!
And there they go for the lead race.
Well, seems like being a cowboy would kind of suck.
Get off those horses fast.
Run.
Grab the bridle.
Come on, move it, move it, move it.
Suddenly, the game took a cruel turn.
Show 'em, cowgirl.
In the sand.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay!
Calf roping time.
Big, bold, and brassy.
There goes Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Now, is that really an efficient way to bring food to market?
I don't think so.
Too bad. Better luck next time, kid.
Loser.
Sam Wood, champion calf roper of junior high.
No, the ironic thing is Sam's a vegetarian, but there's nothing exciting about roping an okra patty.
Put him down, fella.
You were
Seconds are
adopted.
going fast.
Now it's the calf dress-up competition.
Ooh.
26 seconds.
Yep, I'm hot. That's me pretty much.
We'll never escape this town.
Jim Rand, champion calf roper of senior high.
And next year's janitor.
Off his horse in a flash. Just like his dad at a big-time rodeo.
Who left a legacy of secrets and shame.
You know, some scars don't heal. Up next is another young
Yes,
fella.
sir. 16 seconds.
What do you get?
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay!
Calf rider, stand by.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
Bull rider yet?
Why can't Johnny ride?
Here comes Bobby. And there he goes.
Fortunately, Bobby didn't need his spine.
The girls aren't bashful either.
Like my friend Geeky said, that which does not kill you makes you stronger.
Oh, here comes
And
this guy
there
all of a
goes the
sudden.
youngest bull rider of them all.
Oh, you did rat-a-tat. Ah, gee, criminy.
Go ahead.
Better than
Strip
that.
me of my dignity at age 4. What are you looking at?
A pain.
And a tall for a calf rider.
Not anymore.
Betty's in high school.
Used to be.
Ouch.
You should see the boys when she goes square dancing.
Yeah, they buck her off right away. Ew.
Oh, if I ever saw one.
Woof. Oh, oh.
And here's a nosedive.
Oh, she can't take it there.
Anybody get a license number?
It's all the same for Mary Lou. Beauty contest or calf riding.
Oatmeal's
She
done.
can win them both. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Hey, honey, wanna come to my pen for drinks later? Thank you.
And the crowd goes wild.
Senior high bull riding.
Fresh off the grill.
This Angus bull is no hobby horse.
Now it's garbage.
He's a movable feast. Say.
Will you look at that bull, he's really mad.
Take the rope off my groin.
Bull? Really? Here comes the last surviving castrati.
Only 2 years ago, he was still riding cabs.
Now he sells pencils and string on street corners.
Dad's going to be mighty proud of him today.
If he can find him.
Ooh.
Oh no, this is wrong. I signed up for debate.
Just 6 seconds.
Over Tokyo.
And here's Slash Bar K's meanest bronc.
That horse has got Air Jordans on.
Clyde Burst sits him like he was glued to the saddle.
I am!
Hey, you're crowding my lane.
And the crowd goes wild.
Hey.
Okay, Glenn, get out there and show him how to do it.
Or don't come home tonight.
Yeah.
I am not an animal.
Yeah?
Watch out, that ground's awful hard.
Life is awful hard.
Yeah, we sure had us a junior rodeo.
Next week, geriatric rodeo.
And then it came prize giving time.
First prize, bronze cow chips.
Prizes for winning.
Even George S. Kaufman won a prize.
Prizes for trying.
In other words, bitter failure. It's Haley Mills.
Sure loved you in The Parent Trap.
Yes, sirree. The junior rodeo is here to stay.
Yep.
And nobody's happier about it than old-timer Billy Slater.
It's sad, really.
And the guys are not clowning all day. Grooming. Did you know grooming was invented in the mid-17th century by the Swiss chemist Valère Vendôme? It seems that by filling a vat with water, climbing in and scrubbing oneself with soap and a washcloth, one would become clean. Grooming took the world by storm, and by the early 20th century, it seems almost everyone had jumped on the bandwagon. Still, some of us have not quite figured it out. So for you, here is body care and grooming.
Is it an infomercial? Where's Cher?
Body care and grooming. They're cops.
You know, they should distribute this film in Seattle where the Grinch look is so popular.
Oh, they need it.
And based on the book, everything I ever needed to know I learned at the beauty parlor.
It was the cleanest of times. It was the dirtiest of times.
Ah, spring.
Filthy, shameful spring.
When birds are on the wing. When flowers bloom.
And so do young men.
This guy isn't a prayer.
A young Frank Sutton makes his move.
Well,
you know, people were whiter back then.
Spring. When a young man's fancy lightly turns to...
underpants.
Oh.
What's the matter? Exam week getting you down?
Oh, leave me alone.
What you need is to put down that notebook and take in some of the beauties of nature.
Pick up a rifle.
See what I mean?
The Andrews sisters? No way.
But wait a minute, young lady. How did you get into this picture?
My agent booked me.
You see, we're trying to prove a point about nature and beauty, and you're not exactly helping, you know.
Yeah, well, bite
Look
me.
at your hair.
I like her hair.
Look at that blouse.
I'm looking.
And the way that skirt hangs. And those socks.
Look at that sidewalk.
Sorry, there must have been a mistake. You don't seem to be exactly the type to make this guy behave like a human being.
You know, to make him grope you and paw at you.
I'm late for my Hitler Youth meeting.
But wait a minute. Let's start all over again.
And find new ways to shame her.
Oh, brother.
The hell?
Oh, brother is right. Look at that hair, that skin, that mouth.
Those nose.
And now look at that blouse.
We just took your libido and starched and pressed
now
it.
Look at the skirt. And the socks. Thanks a lot for helping us prove a point.
Now be gone.
And you too know the value of a good appearance.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice how much you look like everyone else.
Tackling her from behind is the first step.
10 years later.
This marriage is suffocating me!
In fact, you all know that a good appearance is a must, not only to your college life now, but to your business and professional lives. But good appearance is more than dressing up like a fashion plate.
It's looking like Bruno Hauptmann.
Anyone will make a good appearance no matter what his style of clothing.
Even Larry Hovis.
Clothes are important. Besides fitting well and looking well, the clothes should be appropriate to the occasion. Wearing inappropriate clothes, like these shoes,
is immoral.
Is a sure way to make yourself uncomfortable and conspicuous.
Expressing individualism is just plain wrong.
But good grooming is more than clothes deep.
It's being snowy white.
Good grooming starts with personal care.
It starts with the soul.
This principally means the care of your hands, your hair, your teeth, and your skin.
And your naughty bits.
Yes.
Let's begin with the skin by taking a look at it from the doctor's point of view.
Oh, you got a big blackhead right here.
You'll find that skin is a complex living tissue whose proper care requires a basic understanding of what it is and what it does.
But, Doctor, I twisted my ankle.
In this highly magnified section through the skin, we see that skin is made up of various layers.
You see, the path of the motorcade was
Individual
diverted
cells
through...
of the outer layer are constantly drying out and dropping off to be replaced by the growing cells of the layer below.
No! Catch me!
Skin differs in thickness and texture on various parts of the body, such as on the lips, the eyelid,
the carnival of souls here,
or the feet. Perhaps the most familiar example of skin specialization is on your fingertips. Here the skin is grooved to help you hold smooth objects.
Out from the inkwell comes Coco the
Almost
clown.
all skin is richly provided with nerves, which give the skin an amazing sensitivity to outside stimuli. Hence, the skin acts as a sensory organ for the protection of the body as a whole.
There, that'll keep the devil out.
And skin serves to protect you still another way, by providing one of the first physical signs of illness or disease.
That's an Indian rub, all right. You got a little sister?
Most skin also contains hair. The hair roots are located below the skin surface.
Wait a minute, the hair has a liver and a spleen?
Hairs are found in association with the sebaceous or oil glands.
Well, there's oil in them there skins.
These oil glands often empty directly into the hair follicle or opening, by means of which the oil reaches the skin surface. The purpose of this oil is to soften and lubricate the hair and skin.
Hey, you can't say lubricate.
Another gland found in the skin is the sweat gland. Sweat glands open directly into the skin and discharge sweat through individual openings or pores. Sweating is one of the chief functions of the skin. The main value of sweating is the control of body heat.
Thank you.
Brought about by the evaporation of sweat from the skin surface.
I'm Moisty, the national spokesman for sweat.
Most everyone sweats, under one circumstance or another. Besides accumulating sweat, the skin is also constantly picking up dirt, dust, grit, and other foreign particles.
Skin sucks.
And because the skin has lots of openings in its surface, these foreign particles, most of them loaded with bacteria, may enter the skin and start an infection.
On Lyle Lovett.
Such an infection, if untreated or irritated, could develop into a widespread inflammation or even blood poisoning. Don't let this happen to you.
Don't change a tire with your face.
Protect your skin. Keep it looking clear and fresh. Keep it clean.
Pickle it, varnish it, soak it in vinegar.
The best way to clean your skin is still the old-fashioned use of soap, hot water, and plenty of elbow grease.
In the gutter, your love's in the
And the
sink.
result is well worth the effort. You don't need scientific proof of it. You can feel it.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
In addition to soap and water, there are other good aids for cleaning your skin. One of these is cleansing cream.
One of these is nitric acid. Choose wisely.
Many girls find this helpful in removing cosmetics.
Many are just plain wrong.
However, nothing can take the place of your daily bath or shower.
You should never disrobe, even in the shower.
I'm so nutty. Nutty I am.
This is the time to give your skin a good, invigorating workout. If there is no visible dirt to wash off, there are body odors to be eliminated by cleansing your skin of dried sweat, skin scales, and dust, which accumulate constantly.
We just used that on the bowl, dear. Oh, never mind.
Your bath or shower should end with a brisk rinsing to carry away all soapy residue. This is really the best part of the shower. It stimulates the skin and wakes it up all over.
Now get out. You've wasted enough water. Get out.
Bathing and toilet articles should be kept for your own personal use.
Grooming is between you and the Lord God.
Don't share them with others.
Don't trust people. They'll only hurt you.
You wouldn't use another person's toothbrush, so don't use their towel or toilet articles.
Live a lonely, sheltered life. Plotting, scheming.
And it goes without saying that only clean lingerie should go next to that clean skin.
Oh, yes, say that again.
While it may not be necessary for all of you,
it's fine.
Some girls use a lubricating cream or lotion to prevent skin roughness or chapping. Expensive creams and powders, however, aren't necessary.
Could you get out of my room, please?
A healthy skin can be kept attractive with only a few simple preparations. And so, the end of a perfect day.
An entire day spent grooming.
A few minutes in the morning and evening, and occasional checkups during the day are all you need to establish and keep up good grooming habits.
Thus ends a day in the life of Ivan Denisovich.
And you,
Jezebel.
By following these simple rules of body care and grooming, you too will have that quality of appearance, that feeling of well-being, so important to make your dreams of happiness come true.
And remember, when you touch yourself, the saints cry. Good night.
Keep watching the medicine cabinets. Keep watching the medicine cabinets.
You're next. Oh, let's not forget these guys. On the heels of personal grooming, we now tackle the ancient art of cheating. A tradition nearly as old as civilization itself, cheating was a highly evolved art in Japan when the first Portuguese sailors washed upon the islands in 1967. Cheating was brought back to the West, and the curious practice soon found favor among the ruling classes. American entrepreneurs refined cheating, and today it has become the backbone of all Western democracies. So with that in mind, I present Cheating! Cheating, how to make it work for you at home and on the job.
A Centron production, although we got the idea from a different company, because we're cheating. Thank you.
The Jack Benny Program.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Well, why don't they call?
Because they don't like you.
They've had plenty of time to decide.
A young Franz Kafka awaits his fate.
Think I'll go write some nocturnes.
For depressing phone sex, dial 1-900-ALFALFA.
Oh, the Foley guy must be calling.
Yes, this is John.
I saw what you did.
Yes, I know why you're calling. They did. Oh, they did.
They found the body, huh?
No. I guess that's it then. Thanks anyway.
And his parents officially cut ties.
Good thing I have my Paxil.
Geez, this kid could freak out Jamie Gum.
You know what this room needs? A plant.
Ooh.
Did you hear about John Taylor? They voted him out as student council representative because he was caught cheating.
What's the story? Morning glory. What's the word? Hummingbird. Did you kiss him and cry?
You a cheat, John? John, what have you done?
Mother Teresa called. She hates you.
Remember how it all started? The day you went over to Mary's house to study the test. Remember?
There are not enough bell towers in the world for
All right,
Johnny.
John, now look. The problem is to factor x squared minus 9x plus 20. Now, how do you do it?
Now, let's just cheat.
X squared minus 9x plus 20. You take the x squared minus the 9x and
Nobody home, huh?
You subtract x from x squared, and then you...
John, this is geography.
Oh, golly, Mary, I don't know anything about this factoring business.
John, you do too.
Whoa.
Now the answer is the quantity x minus 5 times the quantity x minus 4. Of course. Now do you see how I got it?
Yeah, I guess I do. But golly, Mary, this stuff's awful. I just don't get most of it.
You'll just have to. You won't pass the test tomorrow.
I know it. Mary?
Will you kill me?
If I get stuck on the test, you'll help me, won't you?
How can I help you?
It's easy. Miss Granby hardly ever comes back to where we sit.
Huh.
If I get stuck, I'll just ask you for the answer.
What point?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, forget it. I probably won't have any trouble anyway.
Booby.
But you remember what happened the next day, John.
You committed a mortal
Miss
sin.
Granby's test was even tougher than you thought it would be. There were a lot of problems you couldn't work. And it seemed to you that you didn't stand a chance
Stop
of
it.
passing the
Stop
test.
the voice in my head. Yeah.
And right there in front of you sat your pal, Mary, with her head chock full of all the answers you needed.
Split it open now.
You thought about it. There you were, desperate. And there was your salvation within arm's reach.
On a doily.
So you decided to take a chance.
Psst. Hey, Mary, what's
You
the
asked
answer?
Mary for help. And of course, Mary, being Mary, gave you the help.
Sweet Mary, no!
It was all so simple. You began to wonder why you'd spent so much time worrying about the test. Yes, sir, you felt pretty pleased with yourself. Yeah. You'd put one over on Miss Granby. A few days later, Miss Granby returned the graded papers.
Your one mistake, you signed your test Mary Matthews.
Oops. This contract arrived for you from a Mr. Elzebub.
For the first time, Johnny feels real power.
Was there a shadow of doubt in Miss Granby's face as she looked at you?
Or was it lust?
What was there for Miss Granby to doubt? After all, wasn't this the best grade you'd ever made on an algebra test?
Well.
Maybe that was it. Maybe the grade was too good. Somehow that odd little look Miss Granby gave you seemed to haunt you.
Did you really earn
Hi,
that
Miss Granby.
Oh, she didn't mean anything. That test wasn't very important anyway.
Yeah, just keep telling yourself
Yes,
that.
you thought it was just a little thing. But it was the beginning of all your trouble.
You talking to me? Hey!
After that, life went on for you pretty much as usual. You were busier than ever with sports,
Shaving points.
with Mary and your friend Jim. And most of all, with your new job as student council
I
representative.
envision a cheating wing.
You'd always wanted to be on the student council. And you were really proud of yourself the day you were elected to take Jack Martin's place when he moved out of town.
Under mysterious
But
circumstances.
now, with the honor of the job, went the necessity of keeping your grades up.
And your enemies
And
down.
that was your problem.
Dear Joe McGinnis, I admire... Oh.
Maybe you'd do better if he had parents.
Yeah.
Hello?
This is Jim.
In the next
Let's
room?
go to Sam's and get a hamburger.
I can't, Jim. I've got homework to do.
Oh, don't worry about it. You've got plenty of time.
I will bring you down, Johnny.
Okay, let's go get a hamburger. I'll see you in a minute.
Now, was this Ingmar Bergman's first American film?
I think.
The big clock in the hall went on ticking off its even measure of time. And you went on as before.
Eating hamburgers while the world
You and Mary were still the best of friends. But Mary had assumed greater importance to you. You came to depend upon her more and more in your schoolwork, although you scarcely realized it.
You worked her like a punch
It
press,
wasn't that
Johnny.
Mary was any smarter than you were. It was just, well, that she seemed to find more time to study. And you were student council representative and a very busy fellow.
You gotta help me. What's the answer to number 9?
I smell a big commie rat.
John, bring it up here, please.
Put your pencil down and step away from your desk.
Fortunately, your mob ties will get you off, Johnny.
Give me that. Wow, that's Randy.
I'm afraid I'll have to give you both 0 on the test.
Jawohl, mein Führer.
And both of you are to report to me after school, please.
And so Data Plato's career began.
So you were caught, John. You were exposed in front of the class. And what's more, Mary was involved too. Mary, who was only trying to help.
Mary, we'll have to take the fall now.
And then what happened?
Spare some
Your
change?
classmates seemed to treat you a little coldly. Perhaps it was because they had studied and worked hard for their grades.
Yeah.
Maybe they felt that your cheating gave you an unfair advantage.
I belong in hell.
And their thoughts about you were reflected in another way.
Hey, what's up?
Meeting of the student council.
They're hanging you in effigy.
That's funny. My name isn't on there. I'm on the student council.
I don't think you'd want to come to this meeting. It's about you.
Me?
That's what I hear.
By the way, have you seen my rib cage?
Say, would you mind calling me after the meeting's over and let me know how it comes out?
No, I wouldn't mind.
We really should be talking through our lawyers.
No, I don't say that what John did was right, but I do think we ought to give him another chance.
You mean you think we ought to let him go on being in the student council?
I think we should.
Will the senator yield?
He's a good representative.
That's right, but I don't think anyone that cheats should hold an office.
That's right. I think we should elect a new representative.
Oh, no, Jimmy.
All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We won't get anywhere by all talking at once. Are we ready to take a vote now?
Margaret Chase Smith.
All in favor of giving John another chance, hold up your hand.
Whoa.
All who think we should elect a new student council representative, hold up your hand.
Oh, holy cow.
Well, I guess most of us feel the same way about it. Who's going to tell John?
I'll tell him. I said I'd call him when the meeting was over. I'll call him as soon as I get home.
If you want, I could turn him into furniture.
John, I guess you know why I'm calling. We had that meeting about you a little while ago. They decided to elect a new student council representative.
You made some powerful enemies, son.
I'm sorry, Johnny, but I guess you know why.
That you, student counselor?
Yes, John knew why it was. He'd been caught in a trap of his own making, and had involved his friends, too. He now found himself looked down on by friends and classmates.
I have to bathe Mother.
But did John really intend to be dishonest?
Or is he just pure evil?
Should Mary share any of the blame?
Sure.
Was it fair for John to use Mary as he did?
Yeah, she was there.
And what about his classmates? Did John's cheating hurt them in any way?
Give us Barabbas! Barabbas!
What do you think?
Riddle me this, Batman.
The end for Johnny, at least, you poor dope.
Mom, Dad, and the kids. You know, this uniquely American institution dates from the early 12th century and has survived to this day. But it hasn't always been so. In the mid-1950s, many events conspired to destroy the American family. Hollywood was quick to respond, and here are the fruits of their efforts. A Date with Your Family. The Woody Allen story.
Hey, I like my family as a friend.
All of who are orphans.
Now to our story.
This boy and girl coming home from school look quite content with life. And why not?
They're high.
They're looking forward to an important date. Dinner at home with the family.
Sylvia?
What's the matter?
There's a rabbit in
Doesn't that
there.
sound exciting to you? Well, to them, it's a special occasion, as it has been ever since they sat down to dinner in high chairs. Why should they feel that way about something you take so completely for granted?
Look at him.
Well, let's see if we can find out.
We secretly switched their Folgers coffee.
First of all, daughter has changed from school clothes to something more festive.
Well, sort of.
Dressing a little makes her feel and consequently look more charming. Even the table takes on a special air.
Ah, and Madame Defarge waits in the
Mother,
living
too,
room.
changes from her daytime clothes.
Into
The
Vampira.
women of this family seem to feel that they owe it to the men of the family to look relaxed, rested, and attractive at dinner time.
So they're unsuspecting when they kill them.
Brother is spending an hour before dinner
Plagiarizing.
catching up on his homework. He has plans evening.
But I won't go into detail.
Perhaps that explains the telephone call. But he won't spend a lot of time on the phone either.
He's mute.
When there are several members of the family to be considered, it is not a good idea for one member to monopolize the phone.
Yeah, double the bet.
And it is never good to allow telephone conversations to interfere with studies.
Even if it's the president.
Hi, Mom. I'm pregnant.
Is it that late? Dad will be here any minute. Better tell Mother she's needed in the kitchen.
Where the postman eagerly awaits. Sorry.
1 + 1. Oh.
Brother notices the time and realizes that he must put things in order and clean himself up in time for dinner.
He's got to strip and replace the oil in his hair with summer weight.
Hello there.
Who are you?
Junior is always in a hurry, particularly for dinner. But first there's a cleanup job to do on this young man.
Brother runs a boy cleaning service on the side.
Brother takes it upon himself to help share Junior's responsibility for keeping their room in good order and keeping Junior in good order, too.
Brother has a tight psychological grip on Junior.
Punctuality is stressed in this household.
Hey, look at me.
By
Look
that
at me.
I mean hair is combed and faces and hands scrubbed before the boys come to the table so they won't delay the meal.
Come on, it's time to scrub you.
Are we all supposed to be scrubbing each other now?
Now, mother and daughter put the finishing touches on the dinner.
With strychnine.
Salad needs more butter, Mother.
A stranger enters.
Father, too, looks forward to this date with the family. He has had a hard day at the office, and in his briefcase are some contracts which must be looked over tonight.
Okay, buck up. Here we
But
go.
in the meantime, he
Martini.
will relax at dinner with those he loves.
But not these people.
A simple centerpiece made from some flowers which grow in the backyard
It's stupid.
is another of daughter's contributions to the dinner.
Honey.
But it takes up a little too much room, so she moves it to the sideboard.
What you are watching now should have been edited in the final version. My apologies.
Come on, come over here. How much you earn today? Yeah,
These
come on,
boys
hand it over.
greet their dad as though they are genuinely glad to see him.
They're not, of course.
As though they had really missed being away from him during the day and are anxious to talk to him.
Pop cream.
This is the time for pleasant discussion in a thoroughly relaxed mood. They don't pick this time of the day to spring unpleasant surprises on Dad. If they have disagreeable news, they'll postpone the discussion until another time.
When he's asleep.
This is no time to dun Father for a raise in your allowance, new clothes, or argue about other financial matters.
Father, I had a feeling today.
Well, don't, son.
Okay.
Dinner time. Yes, Mother. Junior remembered to clean up.
You emasculating bint.
Hi, I'm Betty, and I'll be your wife tonight.
Well, this certainly is pleasant.
Brother seats Junior.
Daughter obsesses with the flowers.
Then helps Mother to her chair as he would his best girl.
The less said about this, the better.
Yeah.
I got it, honey. God.
Junior seats Dad, and Sister seats the dog.
Well,
And the dog...
the dinner date has begun, and they're all happy about it.
Their stomachs knotted like fists.
Dad, I'm dating a Negro.
Anyone seen our waitress?
Many families throughout the country observe the custom of saying grace at mealtime.
Please, God, take me now.
It is always treated with reverence and respect.
Field Marshal Montgomery sits down to eat. Yes, it's smashing. It's a good day.
Napkins on the lap, the family awaits service. They converse pleasantly while Dad serves.
No, I'll just have
I
a
said
saltine.
pleasantly, for that is the keynote at dinner time. It is not only good manners, but good sense.
Emotions are for ethnic people.
Pleasant, unemotional conversation helps digestion.
I can't stress unemotional enough.
Father serves Mother first, then daughter,
Let's go to the flow chart for this.
then the boys. Don't worry, fellas, you won't get left.
And be sure to make a plate for the narrator.
A violent argument erupts over whose day was more pleasant.
Can I have chopsticks, please?
Help cut your meat, Junior? Of course.
Ow, ow, that's
By
my hand.
example,
Ow.
older children can teach younger ones good table manners.
Remember, always cut the meat of the person to your left.
You don't have to cut my mashed potatoes, too. But not the Jell-O.
No one starts eating until Father has served himself.
This means you.
Always wait for the hostess,
To seat you.
in this case Mother, to begin eating before you start.
Father feigns eating, draws Junior out, then
Let
disowns
Father
him.
and Mother guide the conversational trend if they desire. After all, they made all this possible and may want to talk over their day with each other.
I'm moving to Fire Island, dear.
Tell Mother how good the food is.
Even as you gag on
Maybe
it.
Sis rates a compliment, too.
This stinks.
It makes them want to continue pleasing you.
After all, that's why God put women on this green earth.
Well, all this is good general advice, but there are some specific don'ts. Maybe the family will demonstrate for us. Don't monopolize the conversation and go on and on without stopping.
God.
Nothing destroys the charm of a meal more quickly.
Than having a personality.
To say that the rest of the group is bored would be a gross understatement.
Mother, do something.
At least I have 2 sons.
Don't discuss unpleasant topics such as gruesome sights or sounds.
So then Sister Mary Patrick hit him up against the wall and nailed him.
Occurrences. This is a time of pleasure, of charm, and relaxation, remember?
I have no son.
Don't make unkind comparisons about your stand of living. The dinner table is no place for discontent. It makes Dad and Mother uncomfortable and unhappy.
And they already dislike you enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, there it is. Spankings all around then.
Oh, and she was a big nun with a mustache and this huge black habit.
Don't insult your brother or sister with offensive remarks about friends. Arguments, harsh words mean tension and distress for everyone.
Yeah, go piss up a rope.
Sit and spin, you cruddy skank.
Perhaps booze would alleviate this situation.
Do remember simply this. Treat the other members of your family with the same respect and cordiality you would show your most treasured friend outside the family circle.
So snap Dad's bra?
This does not mean you should be stiff or formal. With your own family, you can relax. Be yourself. Just be sure it's your best self.
And be sure no one knows the real you.
This is better.
Father does his ferret impression.
Now things are on an even keel again.
And everyone wants to flee this seething cauldron of
Now
angst.
we're ready for dessert. Most families don't have maids.
They have daughters.
So Mother needs help with the serving from the kitchen. Son says Mother has done enough. Watch him play butler.
In Remains of the Day.
The removal of dishes from the main course and the serving of dessert set the stage for the conclusion of a thoroughly pleasant meal.
Probably should have washed my hands after handling that dead woodchuck. Oh, well.
More gin pop?
Do you begin to see now how a date with your family can be a truly special occasion?
Do you?
Do you know why brother and sister looked forward to the evening?
Well, do you? Better say yes, damn it!
When the dinner hour at home is treated with a certain amount of graciousness and ceremony, it can be memorable. There is no family so poor but that the evening meal can be eaten in an atmosphere of warmth and gentleness.
And control and repression.
There is no family so busy but that it can come together in the evening for a dinner date which will give its members something to look back upon with happiness all their days.
Yeah, this makes me want to heat up a Libby Land dinner and eat in front of the TV.
Now, enjoy some refreshments in the lobby.
Bye-bye.
A Smimmel Merve release.
Leading educators of the 50s and 60s believed that all boys need to know how to make letter openers, lead sinkers, and lawn signs, which proudly announce the name of a family which lives in the attached home. And so industrial arts classes were designed, manufactured, and distributed to the schools of America. Yet some dared to challenge this progressive and far-reaching vision. For them, we present Why Study Industrial Arts?
Why are you? Because you're bad at math?
No students' arms were harmed in the making of this film.
Well, two.
Someone got a doctorate in industrial arts?
Loser.
Thank you, Centron.
Depressed yet?
You know, it's fun to have an idea.
There, wasn't that fun?
To be able to put that idea down on paper.
I can't do it, but...
Yeah, take shape in wood.
Avoid taking real classes.
In metal.
Why, you can make your own bomb.
In plastic.
Or skin, if you can get it.
Or in leather.
Who am I kidding? This'll never go with my outfit.
And you know, I like the feel of a board moving smoothly against a sharp saw.
And I thrust the nail into the soft-yielding wood.
I like the smell of fresh wood chips and sawdust.
I put them in my underwear.
The bright glare of a welder.
I like to sneak in and lay on the table saw.
Yes. The sharp whine of a power tool.
The piercing scream of a freshman.
Or the dull tap of tools on leather.
Rat-tat-tat-tat. I keep popular mechanics under my mattress.
Feeling of chaps with no pants.
A wrench.
Let it go, man. Shop class was a long time ago. It's over.
A plane.
These tools are my friends.
or a chisel.
What about girls, young man? Girls.
No, chisels.
And I feel real good because I'm a craftsman.
And not a killer.
Because I can use my mind and my hands to create. Of course, I don't know if I'd ever tell my buddies all this. Because, well, sometimes they laugh when you tell them things like this.
Then they pants you and drag you around the track.
Any talk of unions brings the threat of reprisals at this school.
Hey, Joe, come on, let's go to basketball practice.
Okay, but wait till I finish cleaning up here.
Hey, you making this?
I'm making it for the Grand Wizard.
You know, this looks as good as furniture you'd buy in a store.
It ought to. It's taken me long enough to make it.
Kind of slow, huh?
Yeah, but I've learned enough in making this one that I could probably make another in about half the time.
Still, your Mexicans do it real cheap.
Hey, you like this shop course, Joe?
I like it swell. Why?
Could you staple my ears back?
Didn't you ever wonder what good you'd get out of a course like this?
Yeah, I did. As a matter of fact, I went to Mr. Barnes, the shop teacher, and asked him about it. He said that with the large amount of construction work that goes on...
With the large amount of construction work that's taking place in our country's expansion, we need many more young men who are trained to design our future. We'll need architects.
We'll take hair from the back of your head and we plug it into the top.
Designers.
A newfangled bong.
And draftsmen.
Extruded plastic dingus. There.
And, Joe, we'll need scores of men who can translate and build those ideas on paper into the actual homes, churches, schools, and factories of the future. We'll need engineers.
I don't trust my wife. Made phone call for her.
Carpenters.
We'll need actors, people who can read lines with and interact with others.
Workers.
Crazy glue spokesman.
Got it. Wow, hot, whoa.
And plumbers.
I can't get this thing back in my pants, Earl.
We'll need men who can design the machines of the future, and men who can build, operate, and repair these machines. We'll need electrical engineers.
Yes, one of these in every home.
Pattern makers.
But why the hat? Why not a kicky beret?
Foundry men.
Oh, you never would believe where those Keebler cookies come from.
Tool operators. And mechanics.
This came out of me. What do you make of it?
And, Joe, these are just a few of the occupations I could name.
That's right.
All of these jobs pay well and afford challenges and chances of advancement to the individual.
I want to be a hairdresser.
But, Mr. Barnes, the courses I take here won't actually prepare me for one of these jobs when I graduate, will they?
No, you'll probably need more training by either going on to college or by apprenticing yourself into one of the skilled trades. But believe me, Joe, the basic training you get in these courses now will give you an edge over the fellow who hasn't had such experiences.
Looks like he made his shirt out of wood.
Well, that's what Mr. Barnes had to say on the value of courses like this.
These bourgeois.
Yeah, but you plan to be an engineer, Joe, and I can't see how industrial arts courses will do me much good if I should decide to go into business or something like that.
You can't, huh?
No.
Me neither.
Well, come on, boy. Let's go to basketball practice. And meanwhile, I want to set you straight on a few of the facts of life. For instance, you know, no matter what job you go into after you graduate,
your voice changes.
You'll be able to use lots of the things you've learned in your industrial arts courses.
No! No! Turn it off! No! God!
Training classes will give you a basic knowledge of those operations. Maybe you'll be a farmer, and knowing how to build improvements around the farm and how to repair all the equipment you use is a must for you in that operation.
I forgot the door.
Or you can go on in your studies and become an industrial arts teacher, like Mr. Barnes. He sure enjoys his work, and he told me that there is always a demand for industrial arts teachers, and they're among the best paid in the teaching
Give me
profession.
this. No! Wrong! Do it again.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Joe.
I'm not a communist.
But, like you say, what if you should go into business or selling or something like that? Well, you'll still be dealing with material. You'll still have to be able to recognize quality material and quality craftsmanship.
And it only weighs 500 pounds.
If you're in production, you'll have to know what materials and techniques can best be combined to give you a quality product at a low cost.
Yeah, this makes the Army look good.
Look at this. Should I pop this?
No, Bill, you're going to have to look far and wide to find a job that doesn't in some way or other use industrial arts
Top
training.
there, a pinup of Kathy
Well,
Bates.
maybe so, but hey, how about the coach? I bet he does.
You bet he doesn't what?
Oh, hi, Coach. Well,
Well, we were just talking. What about it? When you started making bets on me, I'm interested.
Hey.
Well, we were talking about different jobs in which industrial arts training is used, and, well, Bill thinks the coaching isn't one of them, huh?
Loser,
Well,
give me
Bill,
20.
I took some industrial arts courses when I was in school.
Look at me now.
And except for some work on the gym floor and knowing a little bit about plastics and some other materials used in sports equipment, actually it hasn't helped me a great deal in my coaching.
See?
Wait a minute. I'm glad I took those courses. Oh, we may have worked on Model A's instead of hot rods when I took my mechanics course.
Of course.
But in it, I gained a mechanical interest and know-how that stayed with me through all these years.
Boys,
For instance,
boys.
I get in my car to go someplace.
I can open the
I feel
door.
pretty confident that in case of minor trouble, I can fix it, or at least recognize its source.
Help! Help me! I can't do anything about it. Help!
Why, the cat's in here.
Recently, my wife and I bought a home.
What are you doing?
We felt much surer that we were getting our money's worth because of my experience with industrial arts.
Get on up here, Sporto. Now, people like to whisper the word sinkhole around this neighborhood, but it's really not a problem, right?
I could tell whether good quality wood had been used,
Yeah, crummy. Well, we'll just paper this.
whether adequate electrical wiring had been installed.
Okay, we can use the toaster or the lamp.
I could tell what interior woods and finishing materials had been used, and whether these were likely to stand up under wear.
Don, there's a lovely kill floor in here.
Well, the previous tenant didn't flush.
And since that time, I've done a lot of work on the house myself.
I put a patio in the living
I built
room.
on a new room and made a recreation room out of it. Most of the minor repair work that comes up around the house, I can take care of myself.
Of course, when the house began sliding downhill, that
There
was
are
a
lots
different
of things
story.
I'd like to build now, but I just haven't got the time. But when I retire, I'll have a ready-made hobby to keep me busy.
I'll build giant recipe card boxes.
You know, fellows, there's a feel about it that I like.
His disciples.
For being able to visualize something and then create it with my own hands.
The Semi-Nude
As
Club.
a matter of fact, most industrial arts courses will help you in sports because they do help you to coordinate mind and body.
Say body again, sir.
Hey, this is basketball practice, not a lecture course.
Who's the shop class version?
I believe I will take a couple of industrial arts courses next year.
Fine, Bill.
Say, you're no shop man. How do you think my car would look? Well, if I smoothed out the hood and put a new grill in it and, you know, made a real rod out of it.
Great.
Just let me go. Please don't touch me anymore. Don't, no.
This is the film the boys had to watch, and the girls had to go to the gym and watch the other film.
That one.
And now on to chickens. Chickens really need no introduction. These highly intelligent dolphins of the barnyard are perhaps the most loved and studied species on Earth. The image of being hatched from an egg, struggling to peck oneself out of a shell and into the filthy hay nest of a corporate farmstead conjures up the best in all of us. Hollywood has always loved the chicken, and scores of films have been made starring these feathery beasts. The following is one of them, The Chicken of Tomorrow. Enjoy!
The Bill Clinton story.
The chicken of tomorrow in a deadly battle against the chicken of today.
Oh, I'm off. Wait. Okay, there we go. Dedicated to the chickens who lost their lives in the Great Chicken War. Wait a minute. Men and women breeding better poultry? What kind of sick experiment is going on here?
You know, this music helps chickens breed. It's kind of like the Luther Vandross of chickens here. Buck, baby.
Chickens are dining in front of a Susan Rothstein mural.
After all these years, whether the chicken or the egg came first is still the subject of a lot of good-natured debate.
No, it isn't.
But one thing there's no argument about. Chickens and eggs are the most widely grown farm products in the country. There's not a single county in the United States that doesn't raise them.
Daddy, must you sit in dinner?
Years, this poultry business has become a moneymaker for farmers. $3 billion a year. And it's second only to dairying and beef cattle raising.
Woohoo! We're going on a trip. Hey, where are we going?
Chickens are shipped to the set of Oklahoma.
I think the fella in white really likes us, Susan.
Just to give you an idea of the size of this poultry business, Americans eat 140 million eggs a day. That's one for every man, woman, and child in the nation.
These are your chickens on drugs.
Chicken? Well, the per capita consumption is 25 pounds a year.
Help me.
Which means just about everybody must eat chicken at least once a week. Yes, indeed. Chickens and eggs are big business.
Come on, that tickles.
And like big business, there's a serious effort to improve the product.
We're removing mealworms.
A 3-year program to breed a better chicken is now being carried on.
Fellow poultrymen, our cherished freedoms are threatened from all sides.
I don't think I've got what it takes to be the chicken of tomorrow.
I'd like to be the chicken of tomorrow, but how can I be more the man of today?
And on large and small farms everywhere, the search for a better chicken goes on.
There it is. Wait, no, there.
Come along with us on a visit to one of the large breeding farms.
Woohoo!
And see how the old-time barnyard flock has grown up.
If you're nice, we'll hook you up with a milking machine.
Of course, they have to be hatched before they can grow up. So let's start at the beginning, in the incubator.
I'm in the incubator now.
Good chicks come from good eggs.
Thank you, young man.
Fertile eggs from hens with a pedigree.
Oh, pardon me.
Pedigree is important because in the search for a better chicken, it's breeding that counts.
Hey, can I go to the bathroom?
Oh, stay in there.
Oh, come on, can I go home?
Oh, the door's locked.
I've seen the episode where the eggs come too fast and she starts putting them in her mouth. Some eggs are sent to solitary.
It's a far cry from the warm breast of a broody hen to a modern incubator, but actually the conditions are very much the same. The temperature is held at 99 degrees to approximate the body heat of the hen.
And this fellow.
And a forced draft gives plenty of ventilation. This one unit holds 85,000 eggs.
One bathroom for all of them. So. Really?
Did you ever notice the old hen turning the eggs over occasionally as she sat?
Oh, yeah, who hasn't?
Here, the same thing is done automatically.
Ride the wild mouse.
And now we'll wait 21 days for things to happen.
Oh, you can't wait for things to happen, young man. You've got to make them happen.
But thanks to some very special photography, we can see what's happening.
Oh, this is going to be hot, hot, hot.
By the end of the 3rd day, the embryo in the egg has begun to form.
Law calling Austin.
Hey, I'm trying to sleep in here.
Another 3 days, and the heart has started to beat.
Say, can I have a bigger egg?
That is one bloodshot eye.
After 10 days, you can see the chick itself beginning to take shape.
Oh, wait, that's my silly putty.
A few more days, and that mass has some resemblance to a baby chick.
I kind of squint.
I'll try.
And finally, the fully developed chick is ready to start breaking out of its shell.
Sticks of dynamite are arranged carefully around the perimeter.
At this stage, Mother Nature gives it a sharp spike on the end of its beak. Sharp enough to poke a hole through the shell.
I'll be out in a...
Little by little, the chick works its way around the shell.
Hold it, I'll be out in a minute. It just taking a little longer than I thought. God. Diddly-diddly, come on down and meet everybody.
Finally, the end of the shell is weakened enough so the chick can push it out.
Yeah, right. You push it out. Oh, jeez, this is hard.
I hate it when people tape their own deliveries.
Aren't there supposed to be pantyhose in there?
Wait, I'm coming. I'm not done. Oh.
Wait, don't.
And after a lot of struggling, it tumbles out, exhausted but free.
Whoa, what did I do last night?
For several hours, and then get up on shaky legs and begin to live.
For a few weeks, only to be eaten.
Ooh, honey.
Old-time poultrymen who've been in the business for many years say they still get a mighty kick out of the miracle of the birth of a baby chick.
Hey, guys, it's God!
The ratio of pullets and cockerels among chicks is about 50-50.
Great! What are those?
You may order straight-run chicks. Then again, you may order all pullets.
Life is great. It stretches out in front of me like an eternity.
Sexing the chicks, or separating the males from the females, is a highly specialized trade.
Yeah, for pervs.
Whoa, Milton Berle there.
It calls for long experience and training.
Well, but
the experts seldom miss. They can't afford to miss, because when you order pullets, you want all pullets, not a few cockerels mixed in.
Hey, why are we screeching?
Garage sale. Goodwill. Save for the kids. It's nice. It's small. The walls are neutral.
Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad I'm in your group. This is going to be a fun group.
40-piece chicken nuggets to go.
Wait a minute, you may be saying.
Why am I watching this?
Can those chicks just out of the shell be sent without food on trips of a day, 2 days, even 3?
You bet.
Indeed they can. Nature thought about that too. The baby chick has within its little body enough unabsorbed yolk to nourish it for 72 hours. 3 days and nights of travel, with each chick carrying its own lunch.
Then they turn on each other.
Nevertheless, speed is essential, and it's here that the motor truck plays such a big part in poultry raising.
I said speed is essential.
In fact, the industry couldn't exist as it does today without motor transportation and the petroleum industry that supplies the quality fuel and lubricants that make this high-speed transportation possible.
The unholy alliance between big oil and big chickens.
That guy's escaping disguised as a chicken. Chickens!
But to get back to our baby chicks,
I'm full.
This made a cute picture, but it's really not the scientific way to handle chicks.
How many are you sitting on?
Dad went a little nuts this Easter.
Their immediate destination after leaving the incubator,
Broadway,
is the brooder house.
Designed by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Here a stove is needed to keep the temperature up around 95 degrees for the first week. Almost any kind of stove will do, one of the most common being a kerosene stove.
Here I come.
They mingle, get to know each other a little.
The circular guard is to keep the chicks near the heat and prevent floor draft.
There are concerts at the gazebo.
For a few days, the litter should be covered with paper so the chicks can't eat it. They need plenty of food and lots of water.
Individual counseling is provided.
From now on, their main job in life is to eat and grow.
Eat and grow forever.
After the first few days, the paper can be removed.
Except for the sports section.
The floor should be covered with litter to keep the floor warm and absorb the droppings. Peat moss, fine-cut straw, peanut shells, ground corn cobs, or anything that will pack rather closely is good for litter.
Cigarette butts, hair, beer cans.
After the chicks are 2 or 3 weeks old, they can be allowed out of doors if the weather's good.
And if they've completed their lessons.
At from 8 to 10 weeks, the pullets being reared for egg production are ready to be transferred from the brooder house to the range.
And you know what that means.
Range life is good for chickens, but there are
What's going on?
Really?
Hey,
What? No. What? You? Huh?
range shelters should be fairly small, holding not more than 100 birds.
Or migrant workers.
The shelter protects them from the sun and gives them a safe place to roost out of the way of rodents.
Rodents! Go!
Proper diet and plenty of water are required.
Oh, heavens, I'm so fat. I just look at chicken feed and I gain weight.
Does this taste funny to you?
A good grass sod is a must to give the birds an abundant supply of fresh, tender leaves.
A selection of ciders and spring water should be kept on hand.
Normandy.
Range shelters ought to be spaced about 75 to 100 feet apart so the hens won't go wandering off to gossip with other flocks. You know how chickens are.
Yeah, they own everything. Bastards.
Oh, it's a fine life, this life on the range. But like all good things, it must come to an end.
Time to die.
And when they're about 6 months old, the pullets are ready to move to the laying house to fulfill one of their main functions in life.
I can't. I've got a tiny headache.
Remember the old hen house?
The one with the rats?
It's now a hotel, a pullet hotel.
Rooms by the hour.
Every room with an outside exposure.
Joey the Coxcomb Tortelli. Ricky the Bantam Chavatello. Jimmy Crazy Cock Cuccini.
Or if you prefer the bungalow type, we've got that too. 400 feet of it. Altogether, room for thousands of guests.
Or chickens, typically.
But seriously, housing your chickens is important. Whether they're egg or meat producers. They ought to have 3 or 4 square feet per bird, depending on the breed.
Open your hymnals to number 325.
They've got to have roosts, too. But they huddle pretty close together, and 2 or 3 birds can perch on 1 foot of space.
Everybody, Soylent Green is made from chickens.
One of the most important advances ever made in poultry raising is the trap nest. The bird can enter the nest easily to lay her egg, but she can't get out again until you let her out.
There's no point. It's just funny.
This simple device permits you to know which birds lay which eggs and to keep a record of each hen's egg production.
Which seems excessively anal retentive.
The whole secret of profitable chicken raising is to make them produce more than they cost to feed.
Oh, you think I can wear these pants out tonight?
A hen that lays 210 eggs a year and eats 70 pounds of feed is giving you 3 eggs for every pound you feed her.
She will live.
Keep that one.
She's worth millions.
But if she eats 70 pounds of feed and only lays 70 eggs a year, you better send her to the market or to your dinner table.
Or put a warning slip on her desk.
And it's the trap nest that lets you keep a record of how well each hen is laying.
I'll have an egg tomorrow, man, I swear.
Like this, too, that help in developing the chicken of tomorrow.
Yeah, go have a little fun.
You can't take it for granted that every hen is earning her keep, even though laying an egg ought to be easy for any chicken.
That's what you think, big boy.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, the trap nest's the answer to discovering which are the lazy hens. And this is a good place to point out a few facts about eggs.
Stop throwing them at my car.
The temperature of an egg when laid is over 100 degrees.
Oh, it's true.
Every minute it's left in a hot nest in a hot hen house takes away some of its moisture and freshness.
So put your mouth under a chicken.
Gather your eggs often, 3 or 4 times a day.
Make sure to put them all in one basket.
And they'll cool out twice as fast in a wire basket as in a pail.
These are headed for the driving range.
Clean eggs bring a better price than dirty ones. And when you gather them often, they don't get a chance to get dirty.
Unless Filthy Fred there collects them.
The secret of profitable eggs is to cool them quickly and keep them cool.
Yeah, I'm cool, baby.
And keep them clean.
Lick your eggs, or have a friend lick them.
When you've got as many birds to look after as this hatchery, you're pretty receptive to labor-saving devices.
Like wagons.
And this carrier system is one of the best. It runs the length of the building and is used to carry feed to the different pens. It can be used also for gathering up manure. Saves a lot of back-breaking work.
Hey, pal, feed me, then clean up my poops.
There's your appetizers. I'll be back to get your drink orders, ladies.
Another labor saver is the automatic watering trough. It makes certain there's always fresh water for the birds to drink.
They're all wearing Rembrandt hats.
Still another handy gadget is this grading machine.
Grading!
Feed the eggs in, and the machine separates them by weight.
That one's clean, Roy.
Eggs are complicated. They should cost like $100 each.
The first group will average 24 ounces to the dozen, which is the most profitable size. The next, 23.5 ounces. The next, 23, and so on.
Some eggs don't even exist.
So you can see why egg farming is so fascinating.
Well, besides being a good egg layer, the chicken of tomorrow will be an improved meat producer.
Goofus and Gallant.
Here's an example of the progress that's been made already.
This could be a drumstick. This is the number to call.
Notice how breeding has increased the amount of meat on the breast.
Hey, Fat Albert.
Look at that drumstick.
Full of salmonella.
This bird was fattened in the same length of time.
Hey, clean your fingers.
The same amount of feed as the other one. Make your own guess as to which is the more profitable to raise.
Aren't chickens with good self-esteem equally important?
And when the chicken of tomorrow gets to the dinner table, its advantages are still more apparent.
These chickens were smoking in bed. May I have a piece of my own white meat, please?
Oh, thanks for the generous helping. Jeez.
Dad, if you could carve a little faster, I'm kind of hungry. Yes, chicken sliced to the width of 1 electron.
These must be models portions here.
For you, Miss Moss, and for you, Miss Taylor.
Here we go.
Yes, it's chicken. Glorious American chicken sliced the American way.
Carry it in your wallet.
But it's your pocketbook that profits most when you send this bird to market.
We bring you now to market.
A unique method of marketing chickens and eggs that's grown in popularity in recent years is the auction.
Such as here at Sotheby's.
The first one is said to have been the Hunterdon County auction at Flemington, New Jersey.
Now, that's an urban myth.
But the idea has spread to all parts of the country.
The chicken shortage of 1937.
The farmers bring their crates of eggs to market the day before the auction.
Alternatively, they may bring their eggs early the day of the auction.
On auction day, the buyers gather to purchase eggs and poultry at prices openly arrived at.
Bid two over there. Two's the bid. It's 70.
You're
on
adorable.
70 and a quarter and a half. It's 70 and a half.
Ah,
The bid. One's the bid and 1 and a quarter. Believe me, I have it 1 and a half. 3/4 the bid. Two's the bid and 2 and a quarter. Here's 2 and a quarter over there.
He's drunk.
2 and a quarter. Here's 70's the bid. Believe me, 70 and a quarter. Believe me, I have it 70 and a half. 3/4 the bid. One's the bid and 1 and a quarter. 1 and a half. 1 and a half. 175. Over there, do I get 175? It's over there they go. It's 170.
And after the eggs and poultry are sold, once again the motor truck plays its big role.
All right, come on, sing, row, row, row. You're not singing.
Hundreds of live chickens can be speeded on their way to the dressing plant.
Dressing plant sounds like fun.
I want a new hat.
One truck can handle thousands of eggs and take them anywhere there's a market.
Even to the Texaco station.
Speed and flexibility. That's what the industry must have in its transportation.
You?
And that's exactly what the motor truck, fueled and lubricated with quality petroleum products, offers.
Buddy, wake up.
Ask any poultryman, and he'll tell you that the industry could not flourish as it's doing today without the efficient fleets of trucks that whisk baby chicks to waiting farmers,
to be killed,
rush chickens to the grocers and butchers' shelves,
to be killed,
and speed fresh eggs
to be killed
to your breakfast table.
Did America really need to be sold on the automotive industry at this point?
There's no driver. The chickens are taking over.
I hope you've enjoyed my work and the work of others in this collection of Mystery Science Theater 3000 shorts. I've enjoyed starring in them and bringing them to you. Please think of me often while you enjoy the rest of your day. Until then, I remain Tom Servo. Give me my paycheck now.